have met about 5 people that have said something about the current culture of theater in Ghana now, especially in Accra now. I want us to talk about it. Today is Wednesday theater, which means my Wednesdays are going to be dedicated to discussing the theater industry, not just the theater stage drama, but the theater with the comedy and all. You know, these things, they are seasonal. So we're going to talk about it every Wednesday. Now, according to these 5 people, and these are not just ordinary 5 people, these are industry people that have seen the industry move and shape and shift in different ways, and they have all made certain predictions. They are saying that this culture of theater, where every weekend the National Theatre is filled, the Accra Conference Center is filled, people are moving, people are being part of the thing, is going to die off very soon. Like, this thing is all fleeting. And I asked all of them why. Like, I didn't want to interject. I just kept asking why. And they all had one reason to say that it's been overdone. People are overdoing it. So it's like every week, and people in Ghana are different momentum. Like, they always get, like, they get over things too quick. So giving them theater back to back, like every 2 weeks, every other week, every month, is kind of overwhelming, and after a while it might die off. Now, do you also share in the same view that this whole frenzy and excitement around the theater thing, that is seemingly becoming like a very lively thing, will die off, or is fleeting? Do you agree? Because so for someone like me, I understand where they are coming from. They've seen the industry more than I have. Those I'm talking about, they've seen the industry like two decades before me. You get it? So I understand how they are seeing it. But my thing is, instead of, why can't we also nurture that audience, so that instead of it becoming a phenomenon, a one-time phenomenon, or a seasonal thing, it becomes a lifestyle that becomes a part of us. So going to the theater every weekend or every other weekend, or going there once a month, becomes an itinerary on the average Ghanaian, so that it's not like oh yeah, call because this is a season of it, and after we are done with it and we are looking for the next thing. How can the theater practitioners and the directors and producers ensure that has it got to do with the production? Has it got to do with the frequency at which it's done, or whatever it is? I am hoping that there's a bit of longevity to it, and not just as fleeting as they are saying. But what do you think? If you've been to the theater before, what do you think? Do you think that the end, everything will cast? Let us know in the comment section. Now, I went to, as I said, this is Wednesday theater. Wednesday theater means I talk about a production or something that concerns theater. I went for 1 Gallon by Superfarm, written and directed by Francis Nutako and Mauli Jasparu. And the story, so for me, Superfarm, well, this is Superfarm, if you know them, like Nyansapo and some other theater groups, they are known for comedy, humor, trying to bring the comedy out more, making people laugh and all. And over the years, they have built a very consistent audience for themselves. So when I went to watch this one, this show was quite long. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is only going to be based on the second show, 8 p.m., which was when I was there. The first show, I wasn't there, so your experience might be completely different from mine in the second show. Sorry. So yeah. First of all, the show dragged, and I think it gets that way when you are doing especially comedy, because then when it comes to comedy, especially when the audience are reacting to the punchlines, it's easy for the actors to get carried away and drag on. So then, yeah, in as much as you are throwing in punchlines and you are enjoying the moment and you are enjoying the laughter, not time so cool. So at the end of the day, I realized that with my section, or our section, was 2 hours and 43 or something minutes, and that was too much for theater. Like that is too much for theater. At some points, like fatigue, and especially for those of us who were sitting at the left side of the theater, the ACs were not working. So it means that the more we were laughing and the more we were there, the hotter we were feeling as well. So it was quite an uncomfortable experience for some people. Those of us that were on this side, I'm sure those that were enjoying the AC on the other side there, everything irie. But it also begs the question, so at what point, despite all the growth in the theater culture, it looks like the national theater itself is never able to meet the challenge? Why? Because it's crazy that every week or every month the place is being sold out back to back to back, and the basic thing that will make the average person comfortable in the theater after they've paid like 200, 150, 100, it's not working. Who will want to go, and who will even see the humor in something in a hot in a hot situation, or when they are not feeling good? Charlie. But I'm going to talk about the play. To me, the play didn't have any major conflict or a major plot that was being revolved. It was just minor issues that came up. So when you're watching, you really didn't get a full feel of, when there's a major storyline or a plot where you are following, when there is conflict, when the conflict happen, when there's resolution, and when the show is possibly about to end. But I think this play had minor conflict, so it's like it pops up as and when. But the story was basically about a filling station where the rules, before you can get your fuel, your 1 gallon of fuel, you are supposed to follow and show some particulars before you can get a fuel. And the rules, following rules, just like how the Ghanaian society is. Following rules is one of our biggest problem, and you can see that in the play. As I said, there was no major conflict, and when you are watching the play, you might not really see where it's headed. However, these are some of the small themes you can get. I think Clemente Suarez did a good job, and one thing I like about what they did with Clemente Suarez's character was, we all know that Clemente Suarez is really good with a comedy, but it looks like in this particular production, he was tamed with that. Even though everything was kind of funny, he was tamed. Like he became the custodian of the law, the rules. He was sober. Like he was the straight up guy. Yeah, as compared to Clemente, he was the straight up guy. And I think, hey Jesus, I think I'm sorry. I think the position they put him made the other characters, the young ones, to shine, and it complemented very well. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about Willie Chambers, Agado. See, the way I dislike that Agado sound, and because of this particular show, I can't with him. I am so unhappy. But that guy's energy is crazy. Like when he came on the stage, talking about his AC and how he has signed a bond, but he will sign it. Like his energy automatically lit the show up and raised the excitement on the show. Now, yeah, we don't know where they go, but we watch that kind of feeling. I loved the guy, like his energy, and I like the way theater has found a way to nurture his dance skills as well as his acting. Like I know he's a good dancer, but I see that anytime he's in a production, he's made to do some 1 or 2 dance moves that shows that thing, and I really like it. Theater is a full this thing, dance, music, and then the acting itself. And I like how this guy has been consistently running both and putting it in our minds that he's a good dancer. Now, another character in there that was a customer at the filling station, that I think was incredible. In fact, by the way, I have written a full detailed review on my blogspot, Team Means Talkative blogspot. Please go and read the full one. This one, I'm just sharing my opinion on it. Solomon Fiction, which is the businessman that was I know the keke driver. So he was in trouble, and that is a very typical Ghanaian man who feels say, I know the law sound to they are in trouble. But it was quite an exhilarating moment to see them and how they went about this production. I really, really, really enjoyed it. But all the same, I think that's the person I'll be giving applause to will be the costume designer. I hear she's called Ellie. The costume designer is a crazy, crazy person. The way she designed the outfit. Another person I'll be giving the biggest shout out to is the set designer on this particular play, and the way they did the filling station thing was quite a beautiful one. And I also saw that there were intermittent breaks where they were showing adverts, which means that even if they're not getting money, at least they are getting one or two kind of cash, I don't know, kind of cash from this brand. And I like the way they took their time to also give them the publicity they promised, and they found a way to inculcate that. I know Star Oil, I know ABB rice. By the way, I got ABB rice, I got a bag, I'll tell you how. I got ABB rice, and I want to say thank you to them. I appreciate what they've been doing with the creatives recently, how they are supporting shows and all. So I went to show my appreciation. And apparently my appreciation was appreciated. So they gave me a bag of rice, and you know what I mean. But I like the way the play was. They were able to add it with Monica, add placement, and like I said, the mentions, adding it to the plot of the show. I really loved it. It was well done. But I love the show. I love the show. I wasn't getting the concept, but I know there was a bit of road safety. There was, following the laws, the rules, in spite of what it may cost you. Yes, but they did an excellent job. I think the actors were great. The Dicknesses, the Dickness. The Dickiness, yeah, she was great. Like all of them, like they did amazingly well. And I think if there's another production, you should go and watch it. You will love it. So this has been Wednesday Theatre. Do subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon. Do you think that this whole thing about theatre will die off soon, or it will be with us for a while? Comment in the comment section below. And if there's anything you have to do it now. Hasluja.